Welcome to today's video, where we'll be exploring 10 habits of a woman of worth according to the Bible. Now, you might be wondering why it's important to understand these habits. Well, these habits are not just about personal growth or self-improvement. They are more than that. They are about embracing a purposeful life, a life that aligns with the wisdom and teachings encapsulated in the Bible. These habits set a higher standard, not just for women, but for everyone who seeks to lead a meaningful life. They're about stepping into a higher version of oneself, a version that embodies the virtues of diligence, generosity, wisdom, inner beauty, respect, stewardship, kindness, godly motherhood, faithfulness, and the fear of the Lord. So buckle up and get ready to be inspired and empowered as we delve into these 10 transformative habits. The first habit of a woman of worth is embracing a strong work ethic. This principle is woven throughout the tapestry of the Bible, with Proverbs 31:13 highlighting a woman who seeks wool and flax and works with willing hands. This verse paints a picture of an individual who is not afraid of hard work, but rather embraces it with enthusiasm and dedication. A strong work ethic is more than merely working hard. It's about understanding the value of diligence, being industrious, and taking pride in one's work. It's about being reliable, consistent, and always striving to do your best. It's about showing integrity in everything you do, even when no one is watching. A woman of worth understands that work is not a curse, but a blessing. She knows that through her work, she can contribute to her community, provide for her family, and find fulfillment in her own accomplishments. She does not shy away from challenges, but faces them head-on with determination and grace. It's important to remember that a strong work ethic is not about busyness for the sake of being busy. It's about purposeful, meaningful work that aligns with one's values and passions. It's about stewarding the time, talents, and resources that God has entrusted us with, and using them to make a positive difference in the world. A woman of worth is never idle. She embraces hard work with joy and determination. The second habit is being generous and charitable. A generous heart is a reflection of a life well lived. It's about understanding that the world is bigger than just us. Proverbs 31:20 paints a vivid picture of a woman who extends her hands to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. This isn't just about financial generosity, but also about giving of oneself, time, energy, and compassion. It's about recognizing the needs of others and stepping in to help where one can. The woman of worth doesn't just hoard her blessings, she shares them. She understands that her wealth, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual, is not just for her to enjoy, but also a tool she can use to make a difference in the lives of those around her. A woman of worth gives generously, knowing that her blessings are not just for her alone. Habit number 3 is being wise and prudent. Wisdom, the Bible tells us, is more precious than rubies. It's not about knowing all the answers, but about seeking truth and understanding. Prudence, on the other hand, is the practical application of wisdom. It's making thoughtful decisions, considering the consequences, and choosing the path that leads to good. Think of wisdom as the compass and prudence as the map that navigate us through life's journey. They work in harmony, guiding us toward right actions and away from pitfalls. Proverbs 31:26 says, "She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue." This verse suggests that wisdom isn't just for personal gain, but it's to be shared, used to instruct and uplift others. A woman of worth seeks wisdom above all else, and she uses it to guide her actions. The fourth habit is embracing inner beauty. Our society often places a high emphasis on physical appearance, but the Bible invites us to value something more profound: inner beauty. This concept is beautifully expressed in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. These verses encourage women not to focus on outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Instead, they should cultivate inner beauty, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. This is not about being silent or passive, but about having a dignified and tranquil spirit that reflects the character of God. Inner beauty in this sense speaks volumes more than any physical attribute ever could. It's a beauty that doesn't fade or diminish with time, but rather grows and deepens. A woman of worth understands that her true beauty comes from within. The fifth habit is being respectful and honorable. Respect and honor are two cornerstones of a virtuous character. They are like two sides of the same coin, each reinforcing and reflecting the other. Being respectful involves showing regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. It's about acknowledging the inherent worth and dignity in everyone around us, and treating them accordingly. On the other hand, being honorable is about living a life that is upright and fair. It's about embodying integrity in our actions and decisions, and striving for righteousness in our conduct. Honor is the quality that commands respect. The book of Proverbs gives us a perfect example of this, particularly in Proverbs 31:25, where it describes a woman of worth as someone who is clothed with strength and dignity, and laughs without fear of the future. This verse beautifully encapsulates the essence of respect and honor, showing us that a woman of worth is someone who carries herself with grace, confidence, and integrity. A woman of worth carries herself with honor and respect, both for herself and for others. Habit number 6 is being a good steward. In the grand tapestry of life, each of us is entrusted with various resources. These can be financial, time, talents, or even our very lives. A woman of worth acknowledges this trust and manages these resources wisely. She understands that these are not merely possessions, but blessings from God. Take a leaf from the Proverbs 31 woman in the Bible. It's written that she considers a field and buys it, and from her earnings she plants a vineyard. This shows her skill in managing resources and her foresight in investing wisely. Being a good steward also means being accountable. It's about being responsible for the blessings we've received, and using them in a way that honors God and benefits others. It's about making wise decisions today that will bear fruit tomorrow. A woman of worth knows how to manage her resources wisely, understanding that they are blessings from God. The 7th habit is being kind and compassionate. Now let's take a moment to dive into the depth of kindness and compassion. One of the defining qualities of a woman of worth is her ability to love and care for others. Proverbs 31:26 tells us, "She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue." This paints a picture of a woman who is not just kind in her actions, but in her words as well. Kindness is not just about being nice, it's about understanding the needs of others and responding in a loving, compassionate way. It's about seeing the best in others, even when they can't see it in themselves. Compassion, on the other hand, is about empathy. It's about feeling what others are feeling and sharing in their joys and sorrows. A compassionate woman is one who is always ready to lend a helping hand, to support others in their times of need. So remember, a woman of worth is kind and compassionate, always ready to lend a helping hand. Habit number 8 is being a godly mother. A mother's role is not just about nurturing the physical needs of her children, but also their spiritual needs. A godly mother brings up her children in the ways of the Lord. She teaches them about love, kindness, and the importance of faith. It's not always an easy task, but it's a vital one. Consider the woman described in Proverbs 31:28, a verse that says, "Her children rise up and call her blessed." This woman's children respect and honor her because of the wisdom she's imparted to them. She has nurtured them with love, but also with godly wisdom. The influence of a godly mother extends beyond the home and into the world. Her children carry the lessons she's taught them throughout their lives, influencing others with the values they've learned. In essence, a godly mother is a woman of worth who shapes the future through her children. A woman of worth is a godly mother, nurturing her children with love and godly wisdom. The 9th habit is being a faithful and loving wife. In the context of a marriage, a woman of worth shines through her unwavering faithfulness and enduring love. Proverbs 31 verse 11 beautifully illustrates this. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. This depicts the impact of a wife's faithfulness on her spouse. A faithful and loving wife stands by her husband in all seasons, providing emotional and spiritual support. She remains steadfast, not just in times of prosperity but also in adversity, reflecting the unconditional love that defines her character. Her faithfulness is not just towards her spouse but also towards her commitments, her family, and her faith. The importance of love in a marriage cannot be overstated. Love is not just a feeling but a choice and an action. A loving wife cherishes her spouse, respects him, and seeks his well-being above her own. Her love is a reflection of God's love for us, patient, kind, and forgiving. A woman of worth is a faithful and loving wife, a true partner to her husband. And finally, the 10th habit of a woman of worth is fear of the Lord. But let's clarify what we mean by fear. This isn't about being afraid or living in constant dread. No, this fear is a profound reverence, a deep respect for the Lord's authority and majesty. It's about understanding that our life is not our own, but a precious gift from God, and that all we do should honor Him. The Bible says in Proverbs 31:30, Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. This fear of the Lord isn't about diminishing oneself, but rather it's about elevating God to his rightful place in our lives. It's about acknowledging the source of our strength, our wisdom, our worth. It's the recognition that our value doesn't come from what the world thinks of us, but from our relationship with our Creator. A woman of worth fears the Lord, understanding that this is the beginning of wisdom. So, there you have it, the 10 habits of a woman of worth according to the Bible. We've explored embracing a strong work ethic, being generous and charitable, demonstrating wisdom and prudence, and valuing inner beauty. We've also discussed the importance of respect and honor, good stewardship, kindness and compassion, as well as the roles of a godly mother and a faithful, loving wife. Last but certainly not least, we've underscored the significance of the fear of the Lord. Now it's time for some introspection. Reflect on these habits. Which one resonates with you the most? Which one do you feel the need to cultivate first in your life? There's no right or wrong answer here. It's about personal growth and becoming a better version of yourself, one habit at a time. Now we would love to hear from you. Which of these habits will you work on first? Remember, growth is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to becoming a woman of worth. Thank you for watching, and may your journey be filled with blessings and growth.